Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another match recording for Grand Prix Estrathe for the Revolution format. This is a round two match, loser's bracket between Cool Beans and Cajun. So both these players lost in their round one match, and we're going to get an aggro slug off here. Cool Beans is on a Jund, it's a strangely cool deck that is using, you wouldn't think an aggro deck would be using this, is using Golden Age as an engine to grind out the greedier decks that are on similarly powerful engines and can get away with it because of powerful 3-drop aggro creatures like Speaker of Ash and most importantly Vukorok Defector. This deck is also using Extraction Mission, which is essentially 3 mana Unearth, but if you spend red on it, you get a hasty copy until end of turn. Extremely strong with when you're already Fireball, when you're already playing a big hasty trampley boy and you can bring it back with a copy for 10 damage, you can get some insane curves. The deck can kill as early as turn 3. We won't be seeing that right now, though. Both players keeping surprising hands, in my opinion. So there's the Vukorok Defector. I think this is an odd play. I guess in Cool Beans' mind, what you do is you can Golden Age, turn 2, find Redevelop Cityscape, get yourself a red source, turn 3, play Speaker of Ash or Garen, and be in a pretty reasonable spot, I guess is the thought. Cajun, though, keeping a one-lander, I think that might... A one-lander with, notably, again, if Cajun had like multiple symbols, I might have been able to buy this, but Cajun only has one playable card, and that's really not what you want to see in this sort of situation. So yeah, we got Cool Beans playing out the Golden Age, and I suspect... Could get it. Okay, could go for another. Okay, I was gonna say could go for another swamp because I was mentioning redevelop Cityscape, but now that Cool Beans has drawn the mountain, could just go for the swamp, get expendable medic on the board. Oh my god! And this is why you don't keep one-landers even as an aggro deck. Don't be greedy. I mean, I think Cajun just loses here. Is the crazy thing. Okay, hero in the making. You can favor up Symbol of the Revolution. Okay, yeah, it's going to do that. So yeah, Hero in the Making is a 1-drop with the favored keyword. Allows you to champion up any creature. Usually it's attacking in as a 2/2 by itself. But this time, you can spread the love around, make the Symbol of Revolution, get in for some damage. Yeah, there are likely like a lot of nasty things you can do here. I really I think that the Tormenting Lightrider opener is great. I think you can honestly just play Tormenting Lightrider, swing with Expendable Medic. Expendable Medic will die. On end step, Tormenting Lightrider will then... Oh, no. Well, that's not the line. It's going to be Speaker of Ash. Discard... What are you... Oh, okay, yeah. Sacrificing... Okay, yeah. Sacrifice Expendable Medic, kill Symbol. Or, well, I guess Cajun can choose. So Cajun can just sack Hero in the Making. Yeah. But that does mean Golden Age is likely to flip next turn. Literally all of the remaining cards in Cool Beans' hand are multicolored. And Cajun still hasn't hit a second land. Yeah, I mean, folks, I do hate to call it before the game's actually over, but I think this game might be over. Cool Beans is going to flip a crazy value engine. Cajun has one land and not a whole lot of ways to get back into the game, even if they draw a second land, so... Yeah, I think this might be an unfortunate early aborted game one. I genuinely think Cajun is thinking... Okay, I was wondering... I really thought Cajun was thinking, should I just concede now? Like, on God, should I... But I guess Cajun was thinking about whether or not to attack. If I'm Cool Beans, I take this trade every day of the week. Your opponent is stuck on one land, and you're going to be resolving something and flipping your thing next turn. Oh, I mean, okay. Again, I think maybe I'm just thinking through this as like from a control player's perspective rather than an aggro player's perspective. But my thing is, on sheer value, you never lose this game. You never lose this game. The only way you lose this game is somehow you get cheesed with your life total. And since you're already ahead on board, just trade off and then play something next turn and flip your Golden Age and be super happy. I mean, that's what I would do. So, okay, so Cool Beans is going to play out Garen Return Prophet, discarding a Speaker of Ash, drawing another card. Flips the Harmony, attacks with the Speaker of Ash. I guess you don't care if Garen dies because you just get it back with Harmony at this point, yeah. Okay, I mean, you can play the 1-drop, but that's not a land. Cajun saying pain in chat. I feel you, buddy. But you did this to yourself. Okay, so he's going to attack in at Garen, leaving it at 1. Play the hero in the making. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you play this out. Like, I guess you can maybe get a blowout with Kuernas now that Symbol of Revolution is legendary, thanks to the champion mechanic. You can maybe, if you get a second land, play Kuernas, get some sort of big resource blowout. The problem is, as long as this Harmony is active, your opponent is never going to run out of resources and is always going to be up. Like, yeah, you just get back Speaker of Ash here. It doesn't even matter if you're not killing anything. No target. Okay. I guess the idea is like you're going to be playing Vukarok plus Tormenting Light Rider this turn, in order to get, because then you get the Tormenting Light Rider death trigger, and you get to hit in for a whopping 9. And yeah, and then next turn you just recast Vukarok Defector. That is kind of the power of Harmony in this deck, yeah. So Vukarok gonna swing in with Speaker of Ash. And I mean, this just kills next turn, is the thing. Cage is going to take the full 9, knows with the trample on the Vukarok and the Menace on the Speaker of Ash. There's really no blocking. Garen is going to -1, sacking the Vukarok makes sense, and then can just get back Speaker of Ash. And yeah, on end step, Tormenting Light Rider trigger on Cajun. I mean, at this point, Cajun's got plenty of cards he's willing to discard because none of them are very playable. Dead on board next turn. Let's see. Does Cajun at least hit? And still doesn't hit. That second land, yeah. I mean, it sucks. Like, it feels like the world is against you, but also it's a greedy keep. There's no other way around it. That was a greedy keep, and Cajun got punished for it. Let's see what these players can bring out of the sideboard. So in Cool Beans' end, we got Thunderous Avalanche, not really for this matchup. It's mostly for that second mode where you get a bunch of AE hate. Work Safety Violation is a gas in aggro mirrors. If this is a 2-for-1, you are emphatically winning. I could see Chronicle Extinction. Maybe it's a wipe, which is really good against in these aggro matchups again. You could really just pivot into playing control with how the lineup is and be fine with just eventually grinding them out. So I could see 4 Work Safety, 3 Chronicle. I don't know what you take out in that case, honestly. It's probably something like you take out some Scophoses, you take out like I could see taking out like some of the more like janky cards like Medic and Arsonist that can't block. Arsonist is part, so this deck can turn 3. If you go Aspiring Anarchist turn 1, Expendable Anarchist turn 2, you attack for 8. Turn 3, you play Vukarok Defector, and then you swing for 10. And then if your opponent has a tall damage themselves with their lands, then Cajun onto the side. Army Reserves, I guess, is for... Army Reserves and Looming Psyhawk here are both pretty good. Looming Psyhawk will prevent token copies being made, which is good for hosing Extraction Mission. It's good for hosing recasts of permanent spells off of Harmony, though usually from that position you're probably already losing. Army Reserves is good for putting... Nikon is also good in the aggro mirror because you can just kill something, gain some life. Braze is also good. God Divided is a wipe, which can be one-sided, but it also is smaller than... Like, this is going to be a smaller thing than most of Cool Beans' creatures. So I think you probably just bring in, like, Psyhawk, Nikon, Braze. I think you want instant speed stuff. So that's my read. I then think that you probably take out, like... I guess Koyos is good to kill something, but I think mana is really the biggest gate, and I don't know how much you can afford. Mogus' Raider is just kind of bad, so I think you take out Mogus' Raider. And yeah, I think other than that, that's probably how the matchup's going to play out. Let's see how Game 2 goes. So Game 2, it looks like we missed some mulls, and Cool Beans is keeping 4. Cool Beans asking, chat, are you seeing this? Unfortunately, no. I was too busy looking at sideboarding. This is definitely a hell of a hand. No black sources. You need to hit a black source before... The crazy part is Cool Beans can still win this. If Cool Beans hits a black source before turn 3, you're kind of off to the races. Meanwhile, Cajun's got turn 1 Adolin. Adolin is a little weird in aggro, but I don't hate it. And then you go turn 2 Breakbot. Honestly, no, you don't go turn 2 Breakbot. You go turn 2 Adolin plus Symbol. Okay. The reason I was saying... I guess you can go... I guess you can do it next turn. I was just thinking that way you have 3... because Breakbot has haste, you want to play the other 2 earlier so that next turn you attack in for more damage. You also attack in... You get to... you would get to amp up on attacks, but this way you do get to amp up from double spelling. Cool Beans does draw a black source with the Nascent Light Vein, so now all of their hand is active. Garen is, I guess Garen is kind of bad. Extraction Mission is kind of bad because you don't have anything in Graves, and Garen you don't really want to discard much, but Work Safety is just the actual nuts here. It will 3-for-1 Cajun. Like, you killed Symbol, Adolin, Breakbot, Cajun's entire game plan is shot. And, like, sure, you're going down to 10, but, like, okay, so what? Your opponent has a 1-1 on board? Cool, bro. Titan Stare is mildly scary, but then you have a lot of time to stabilize. So yeah, Work Safety, coming down. Terror of the format, this. And again, it is a big reason why I think lots of people are on Jund decks. The ability to just play a flexible removal spell that also is sometimes a wipe is just really strong. And yeah, you see just 3-for-1's Cajun right there. And that's off a Multifor. Oh, Elecatus is a really good top deck, though. Elecatus is a really good top deck. So, yeah, you just drop Elecatus. I mean, I don't know what Cajun's thinking about it. If your opponent has another Work Safety, you're just screwed. So, rock on. Elecatus comes down. Adolin is now going to be a 4-3. Or 4-1, sorry. It only gives you that. Cool Beans could be dead next turn if they don't hit like a creature or another piece of removal. That's a mountain. I think we're going to a game 3 in blistering speed. Yeah, Garen, you can, because the thing is, you have enough mana and devotion to just animate Titan Stare. I guess Cool Beans is drawing to see what they. I mean, yeah, but Cool Beans is just dead on board. I think they're just kind of hoping that Cajun attacks. Wow, 3 Titan Stare is really funny. Tapland and aggro, but yeah, I guess you could hope that Cajun misses animating the Titan Stare, which gives Cool Beans one more turn. But I mean, Cajun has 3 of them. You better, yeah, and gets to double animate, no less. So Cool Beans is conceding. Wow. I mean, the work safety violation almost brought that back from a Multifor. That is nuts. But this time, Cajun does just have the curve out, and Elecatus is the best creature in the deck by far. I think it is the main reason to be white-red if you're considering aggro right now. So that was a pretty blisteringly fast game 2, which is not surprising given these aggro mirrors. Let's get into game 3. We got a 1-lander for Cool Beans here. He's going to have to mull. This is a lot more keepable. You got Work Safety on 3, curving out from Golden Age, and then you can Vukarok on 4 to threaten to turn it, or you have Chronicle. This is Cajun, meanwhile, has a turn. Okay, so doesn't have the turn 1 Edelin if you want to do anything meaningful. I think you got to go turn 1 Titan Stare, turn 2 Kuernas, and then turn 3 you play Titan Stare. And then because you kind of got to just set up for Nikon. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good hand for Cajun. The problem is, yeah, any hand that Cool Beans has with Golden Age, this is just the nightmare hand for, this is Cool Beans being a control deck, right? If you blot out the Vukarok Defector here, the rest of this hand is extremely control oriented. You've got your card advantage engine. You've got your flexible removal spell, and you got a wipe. The fact that this deck can side into this much of a control plan against opposing aggro decks is extremely powerful, and one of the big contributors to it being my deck to watch for this tournament. Okay, Beans opening up the redeveloped Cityscape. I think that if I'm Beans, I exile Vukarok Defector here. Exile Vukarok Defector, get Mountain, Swamp, or Forest. Yeah, you just get something that can flourish in Crevasse on 2. Meanwhile, Cajun, really? You're going to go for the turn 1 Adolin? But you have all these tap lands. Is turn 1 Adolin really better than having turn 2 Kuernas? I somehow doubt that. Looks like Cajun did board in the Gods Divided, which, not going to be super useful against this hand. And Cool Beans exiling the work safety violation to redevelop? That is nuts to me. I think that's borderline a throw, but I don't think it matters with this hand, really. So we'll see. Sacking the Mountain, you go into redeveloped Cityscape here because you want a second black source to be able to play Chronicle of Extinction on 4. But yeah, I don't get this. There's no world where Vukarok is more important than work safety when you were curving when you're curving it into Golden Age versus an aggro deck. Like, I could have honestly even seen the argument of exiling Chronicle despite being a wipe, because you effectively wipe on turn 3 with Work Safety, and then you Vukarok on turn 4 to flip Golden Age. And then past that point, you can just recast Work Safety if they play anything. Because there is a chance that you could break on other multicolored cards. Obviously, Cool Beans did draw the Garen, so it's not an issue. But Cajun does draw untapped land, plays Cuernas. But I mean, you're still in an awful position where you can't play Nikon on you can't play any of your other cards on curve because all you've got are tap lands. Okay, Vukarok Defector coming down, gonna swing in for 5. Also, wait, I realized that Cool Beans didn't go for a redeveloped cityscape, so doesn't actually have. Wait, so Cool Beans doesn't actually have Chronicle mana next turn. Wow. Fortunately for Cool Beans, Cajun doesn't have Elekita's mana this turn, despite drawing it. These are some scuffed games and choices, I gotta say. Extraction Mission off the rip. So, I mean, yeah, the only choice here... actually, you could go Extraction Mission, get back Vukarok. Actually, yeah, there's a chance to just kill next turn, which is really stupid. You can Extraction Mission, get back Vukarok, swing 10. Next turn, Extraction Mission, get Vukarok, swing 10. Got him GG's. Which is really stupid, but I think that is actually the best play, because there's no way... How does Cajun kill you from 14 with this board? There is no way. If literally Cajun didn't have this Titan Stare and had an actual untapped land, then Cajun could have gone... actually, I literally think that going for this turn 1 Adolin lost Cajun this game. Straight up. You play Titan Stare turn 1. Turn 2, you play any of the basics. You play Cuernas, you swing in for 2. Turn 3, you play Elekita's. You're able to swing for... you're able to swing for 6 at that point. So you've swung for a total of 8, and then the next turn you play Adolin, and then you swing for close enough to lethal. Okay, okay. Cajun still doesn't die next turn if Cajun holds Nikon. You play the mountain, you hold Nikon, you swing in. Yeah. Okay, hold on. That Nikon top deck is crazy. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, yeah. And then next, so you play Nikon. Nikon has to block and dies on the block, which is unfortunate. But then you just get to untap an Elekiti's, and then Elekiti's, how much damage is that with Elekiti's? Oh man, if Cajun had one more untapped land, then next turn you could play Elekiti's, animate Titan Stare, you swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 plus 5, 10, so I guess not quite lethal, but it doesn't really matter because Cool Beans, I guess at that point you get Chronicle of Extinction, but then you still have Titan Stare, so you could just kill next turn. So yeah, hold on. Okay, so this is possible. Wow, this is a crazy game. Okay, Cool Beans is thinking right now. You just have to go for it. You have to go for the win. You have to Extraction Mission the Vukarok. It's happening. And again, this is the interaction, like I'd say the entire deck is built around. It's just Vukarok Defector being so good for both the Golden Age plan and the Extraction Mission plan. So swings in, but no dice today. Nikon coming down. You get to redirect. Oh wait, and this is just. Oh wait, no, because I forgot the Vukarok doesn't just. The Nikon doesn't just prevent the damage. So it gets trampled over. So you take 2. This Vukarok goes face. So Vukarok. So Nikon gets to poke 5 at Cool Beans' face. And then at that point, Cool Beans is dead on the swing. Because Elekiti's comes down and just kills Cool Beans. Oh my god, Cajun wins. And Cool Beans just concedes there. Didn't even need to show the Elekiti's. Oh my god. That was a crazy set. That was a nut set. All under half an hour. My god. I mean, good games to Cajun. And that is wild. There is still one more player. Kilgaris is still on this deck, but that is one of my favorites for the tournament. Out in round 2. And then Cajun stays alive, repping aggro, red-white aggro, which lots of people were doom posting about at the start of this rotation. Repping it and bringing it to 1-1 and keeping it alive for top cut contention. We'll have to see how it fares going into later rounds. But that's next time, and until then, this is going to be Caillou signing off.